Fire escape engineers, Inspector summary video. Inspector Meneses here. I'm here in Georgian Court University, next to the President's house. Over here, we got a fire escape not properly attached to the building. Just this corner is being picked up with some lag bolts, and it's kind of a strange setup here in that from down there all the way up to here, as you can see, it's already pulled away from the building. These lag bolts, I just don't know how strong this one piece of wood in this corner is. That needs to be reinforced. Original hardware everywhere. Again, anytime you fix a fire escape, if there's original hardware, which is square head bolts, that means this fire escape is 50 to 75 years old. It's older than 1978, so EPA rules and guidelines apply, so that you got some lead-based primers in here. But the square head bolts need to be flipped out, so that anytime you're dealing with a superstructure, critical connections include supports, stair treads, and platforms. Rails and bars, those do not need to be dealt with as far as rebolted or rewelded, because as long as they're good to excellent condition, they can stay. Going down, you need more bars on the left and more bars on the right. In case you trip and fall, you will fall through one of these sides and jam yourself up, and then get severely hurt or fall to the ground. So this whole platform is not properly supported. You sort of need something on top of this ledge here, because it's just here and then down at the foot. That's not proper. Water's been getting in all these treads from above and feeding the bolts, which are on the treads, is all original square head bolts. Actually, it's the rivets with a bolt on the inside. And again, a lot of accumulation. All that rust is getting in there and getting into those clips and eating those bolts. So if the bolts are deemed to be in good condition, then I just want a reinforcement bolt in the middle. Otherwise, if it's faster to take out these two bolts and change it out and swap these out, once the work is done, seal this up with silicone. I don't want any way for water, so the silicone's got to be built up so that no water gets back in here and feeds this tread anymore in its future. The wood, all this wood is rotted, and I mean this wood has been here for at least 25 plus years. Proper doubled up 2x pressure treated 2x on these rubber roofs, so that way in case they need to repair in the future, they can remove one of the doubled up 2xs. And normally when you sit on a roof, you try to have the 2xs rubbered into the roof by the rubber company, and then we just tie into the double 2xs, because otherwise it's a headache between the roofing guy and the metal guy. But this is pretty bad, rotting to the point where, you know, you can just put your foot through. As I put my foot through here, there's another piece that came up. So very, very bad and very rotted. Transition. This fire escape, the only thing holding up this top part is these connections into the wall, and this tie-in over here. So this transition is all wrong. This has all got to be metal. If it's going to be pressure treated, it's got to be at least 2 inches thick. But otherwise, continuation with the catwalk system here in metal. The left side and the right side of the angle holding these flats, they're all rotted out. And all these treads need to be changed out as far as the bolts, and or reinforce the existing if they're in good, excellent condition. Look at this hole here. In case I fall, I'm going to pass through this hole. Left and right, you got to run more lines on this, so that way in case there's a trip of any kind, I won't get jammed up in the left or the right side of this fire escape. Going down, again, all posts that have a bolt need rebolting or reinforcement. Any welds that are critical connections must be rebolted and or reinforced. Again, all original hardware, no evidence of any maintenance on this fire escape, just paint jobs, but definitely water has worked its way into the back of these clips. That's why these bolts are now suspect. At the ground, anytime you touch the metal to the ground, try to tar the feet. Silicone shot any connections back to the wall, and this fire escape needs a full paint job. Again, I believe this fire escape is original to the building to a certain degree. Although it's 50 to 75 years old, and anything older than 1978 is presumed to have lead. So you must have a contractor's license with workers' comp and liability, and a renovator's license, you know, to touch a fire escape that has lead. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333, 800-649-3333. Any and all bids to Mark at Georgian Court University.